What's going on YouTube? It is Trev. Okay, so voting has commenced on for the open position on the Community Oversight Committee for the L1 Development Task Force. Just about 24 hours now, I would say, we've been able to vote, and this tweet was put out by Lunkburn Army yesterday. It says, as previously mentioned, there is an open spot on the L1 Community Oversight Committee. The following individuals have volunteered to fill the vacant role. And there are 5 names here, 5 individuals who are, who have, again, as this says, have volunteered. If the community would like them to take the role, they are willing to do it, right? And you've got Johnny from Lunatics Token, who I believe runs their validator node on the Terra Classic chain. Lunk 808, who we all know well from, Validator, Twitter, all the rest, right? Lux Payband, Mr. Brian Kurdchoff, who is also involved with the validator from Lunk Development Fund, and TMM, the Millennial Market, Cryptos, YouTuber, and validator on Terra Classic chain. So you got 5 options, and voting has been going on now. So what you do, right? If you go to this tweet, you can just click on this big orange box here, and it'll take you right to the spot where you can vote. And it's called pollunit.com. I guess this is what they decided to use. I had never heard of it before, but whatever. So you click on that, and it brings you right here. So as of right now, we have had 358 votes in the last 24 hours. And this voting period goes through February 3rd at, noon for me, 12 p.m. Eastern time for me. That's how long you have to vote. I've already suggested that, get to know all 5 of those candidates, okay? And here they are again. And what'll, if you haven't voted yet, it'll just give you a yes or a no or whatever over here, and you just pick the yes, and then that's it. And supposedly this site tracks your, I don't know what they track, cookies or whatever it is, right? You can see over here it says you've already voted. This computer is locked for further participation. Could I go to somebody's house and vote from their computer? Yeah, right? So, not a foolproof system. What is? But this is what we have. This is what we're using, right? Okay, something I want to address because it's come up. A few people have commented on it, and understandably, right? As far as some people think that there is a partnership or something between me and Lunatics Token. And I've spoken on this in actually probably a few videos, right? As far as what the affiliation is. But, that doesn't mean everybody's seen them. So I understand because, I retweet this stuff all the time, and I do talk about them. So just so everybody knows, there is no affiliation, no official affiliation between myself and Lunatics Token. I have done videos about them. I've interviewed them. I've said that I actually like the guys. I talk to them. We shoot the shit, but we talk about Lunatics Token. We talk about LUNC quite a bit. We talk about Exodus. We talk about a bunch of things, right? But I am not affiliated with them. They have never paid me to do a video, an interview, to tweet anything out, anything like that. But I have said, right, on a couple of videos, this has been out there for a long time, that they have, of their own volition, after I had already done a lot of videos and interviews and stuff for them, they said, hey, we really appreciate what you did, and we want to give you this, right? And they donated to me some tokens, right, which I thought was really cool. I never asked for it. There was no quid pro quo, nothing like that. It was like, for what you've already done, we appreciate it so much, we want to give you this. So everybody knows, yeah, that has happened. And it happens from time to time with all of us, right? but it's not a thing where they're paying me to do anything. So there's not that kind of affiliation with us at all. But everybody, I understand. Everybody wanted to know that, and you should know that. It's a valid question to ask. But yeah, I mean, I like the guys, and I personally believe in what they're doing. I think that they have great intentions. Other people feel differently, maybe because of something that they heard or whatever. But I would say any one of these 5 on this list would probably fill that position well, okay, and do a good job. Some of them I know more than others. Millennial Market and we've done a Twitter space together, right? And we talk about potentially doing more in the future. So, I mean, does that disqualify, him because we've cooperated or collaborated or whatever? No, it's not that kind of thing, right? Any one of these guys would do a great job, and I suggest that you go and research all of them. Get as much information as you can about their validators, about, read their tweets, do whatever you want to do to make up your mind. But you've got a few days yet left to vote. And so, that's the deal. That's what we need to do. Now, and I want to address this too, and I don't know who's comfortable with me addressing this or who's not, but that's not the point, right? My position here, right, on the COC is to get information to the community, even sometimes maybe if it's uncomfortable for somebody, right? So, there are people who, people are asking, well, what about this person? What about that person? They would be great. They would be great, right? And I don't need to name any names, but you know who you're suggesting. And yeah, they probably would be great, right? But there's a thing where if there is an official sort of partnership or collaboration, right, with anybody on the L1 task force or anyone on the COC or whatever, the judgment call was made that could potentially unbalance things on the COC or whatever. I understand that point of view, okay? And I understand why that call was made, right? I understand that perspective. I don't necessarily agree with that perspective, right? Matter of fact, I don't agree with that perspective because the way I look at it, let's say, somebody on the COC has a very close working relationship with somebody who could potentially be a candidate, right? Well, whether they are on the COC, a candidate for the COC, or not on the COC, that person that's on the COC still has a relationship with them, right? So if the concern is that, maybe somebody could be skewing things or working in a way that maybe, there's a certain agenda or something like that, what difference does it make whether they're both on the COC or not, right? So if, let's say I were a partner with Lunatic's Token, right? And they paid me for advertising. And if you look at their website, they actually show all of their crew and they show all of their ambassadors, and you won't see me, right? Just to put an exclamation point on that. I wouldn't take a position like that. I had been asked several times way back with Terra Rebels to take certain positions or whatever with, marketing and stuff like that. I won't take those positions because taking a position like that kind of locks you in. It really does. And I can only think that I would feel pressured to skew my videos a certain way, or maybe fluff things up a little bit or put a little positive spin on something, and I don't want to do that. I just want to be able to, if you're doing good, I want to be able to say you're doing good. If you're doing crappy, I want to be able to say you're doing crappy, and that's separate from any personal relationship I have, right? That's just something I've been able to develop in my career, right? Something we all end up doing, so that's something I bring here, right? But anyway, let's say I did have an official relationship with them, right? And I'm on the COC. somebody could say, well, you're reporting on things, or you're reporting back to the L1TF. The things that you're saying to them might be to benefit this partnership that you have or whatever. Lunatics Token doesn't have to be on the COC for that to be a concern of people, right? But if they were on the COC, what difference does it make? That's just my opinion, okay? Other people might feel a different way, and I'm totally open to hearing somebody's perspective on it that makes me say, okay, I never thought of it that way, right? But the way I'm thinking of it right now, I don't personally see a problem with a couple people that might work together and them both being on the COC. I don't see the problem, right? I don't mean to put that out as something else for the community to be in an uproar about or whatever. It's just how I feel about it, right? And, I just need you to understand that, when you're asking, hey, how come this person wasn't considered? How come that person wasn't considered? That's probably the reason, because maybe there's an affiliation that the team felt would be a conflict of interest or an imbalance of power or something like that. And it's up to them to make those decisions. All I can do is offer my opinion and offer the opinion of the community. You know what I mean? If I'm getting all kind of input from the community saying one thing, all I can do is bring that to them and say, listen, the majority of people I'm hearing from feel this way about it, right? But I can't make them do anything. That's not the position I have. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to make that all clear. I will link this in the description so that you can just click on it, go right here, vote. Try to be cool about it. Don't go to every family member you have and vote from every computer. We really want to get the best person for the job here and not the most popular or the one who was able to muster the most votes from one person. You know what I mean? But who can tell, right? All right, that's it. I have more stuff to talk to you about, but we will do it in another video. That's going to be it for this one, so I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.